I think so many of us get upset when we try to enforce our boundaries and it ends up upsetting somebody else or somebody that you're close with, your loved one, whoever you set the boundary, or whoever was the cause or the reason for you setting the boundary, whatever. Boundaries are not for anybody else's comfort. They're only for you, babe. I think a lot of us get it misconstrued thinking that, oh, well, I set a boundary because I didn't want so-and-so doing something to me, or I didn't want so-and-so doing this. But you got to understand that you cannot make anyone do anything to change themselves. Your job is to set a boundary there, a barrier, whatever you want to call it, so that way you can be that way you can be comfortable in a space with them, around them. You know, if you set a boundary with your friends, don't call me after 11 o'clock because you like your sleep and you cherish your sleep. And if they continue to call you and wake you up in the middle of the night, if they're calling you after 11 o'clock, who's that making uncomfortable? You or them? Not them, you. And if they don't know how to respect that boundary, or they're choosing not to respect that boundary, that's up for you to make the decision. Okay, am I going to still involve myself with this person, or am I going to take distance from this person? That's up for you to decide what you're going to do. But don't take away your boundary because it's making somebody else uncomfortable. Don't take away your boundary because someone's now getting mad at you and you don't want to mess up the friendship or the bond that you have with that person. Or you're in a relationship and they feel like just because you're in a relationship with them, certain things should be a certain way or certain things should be happening. And that's not the case at all. If you set a boundary, it's for you. And honestly, truthfully, a boundary is just how you show respect to yourself, to your wants, your needs, the things that you don't like, that you don't care for, whatever that is. And then lastly, I forgot what I was going to say. Lastly, I think one of the biggest things I've noticed, especially something I've noticed recently, is if you set a boundary for somebody else to change, you didn't set a boundary correctly. Because you set it for them and not yourself. It's for you. If you set a boundary and you start to see change, positive change in that person, I want you to evaluate the change you're seeing and why do you think you're seeing the change. Because a lot of the times when you set a boundary, that's a part of being mature. That's part of growing and understanding who you are as a person. And if you're doing those things, if you're growing continuously, a lot of the times the change that you see may be your growth. A reflection of your mindset change, a reflection of the perspective that you now have, you may understand the fact that, okay, well, this person's not going to change, so I'm not going to keep getting upset or mad at what they're doing. I'm just going to know it's something that they do. And I don't have to accept it. But I understand that this is what it is, and I'm not forcing anybody else to change. I'm just doing my part. Or if you see change and oh yeah, that's it. Like maybe it's just the fact that you changed and not them. So a lot of the times your perspective might change on things, and so you see things differently than how you saw them before. And a lot of times that doesn't mean someone changed. That just means you did. And good for you. But that's all. I'm finna go into the gym. I just had that on my mind because some people have been pushing my boundaries lately. And with some people, I'm about to have to start enforcing certain things. Because, you know, I give people a pass. I give them like a 1 to 2 time pass. Especially if you don't really know what my boundaries are. Or you don't know what I dislike and like, whatever. But after that, I'm not dealing with it. But that's all. Peace, love, and light to you.